Good evening, everyone. So each and every one of us is guilty at some point or another of self-sabotage in our relationship, right? Well, tonight we're going to go by each zodiac sign. What are you doing to sabotage yourself and how we can change it up a little bit so that we can kind of stop those nasty habits. If you would like to skip ahead to your zodiac sign, check the timestamp for whether you're an Aries, a Leo, and also, I do recommend looking at your sun, rising, and moon signs. If you don't know which one yours is, definitely feel free to hit me up for a birth chart. Just make sure you know your time by the minute so that we can get the most accurate chart possible. But without further ado, let's check and see how you are sabotaging your relationship and how to fix it. All right, my little Aries folks, let's see what we've got for you. And again, this is if it is your sun, moon, or rising. Aries, how are you guys sabotaging your relationships and how can we fix it? Okay, we've got the what you're doing and how we fix it. And actually, I kind of like how you're going to need to fix it. Interesting. So what you guys need to do is, it's going to sound a little weird, but bear with me, Aries folks. We've got an upright page of swords. So while typically this is an excellent thing for you, are you a little too much on the gun on being that problem solver in the relationship? The guy that is just seeing the problem, fixing it, and getting it done. That is excellent for you. It really, really is. But are you taking a moment to ask your partner, hey, how do we fix this together? Or maybe on occasion letting them figure out their problem themselves and just being there for support? Here's how you fix this. We've got a reverse 10 of coins and an upright 10 of wands. Now what this is telling me is occasionally you do need to just let your absolutely awesome self go in the broke factor on being the problem solver. Occasionally, you just need to let it go. You are not able to solve every damn thing as much as you would love to. And sometimes you do need to release the reins and let them do it. But always remember to still be there as a problem solver. Find that balance between always being there and knowing when to just let it go. Because you will always be needed. Just occasionally you need to let them do it themselves. All right, my Taurus people. I know the idea of you doing self-sabotage is insane, but it is possible. So whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising, let's see what our Taurus people have for their self-sabotage and how to fix. Well, aren't you just the easy peasy one? All right, so as far as your self-sabotage issue, and for those of you that are a fellow Taurus moon, hi, how you doing? Yes, we do have this issue where we frequently have a hard time finding the brighter side to things, okay? We know that not everything is doom and gloom, but a little too often we might be just a little on the pessimistic side and having a hard time finding the shiny points. How we can fix this form of self-sabotage is actually rather interesting. Reverse Knight of Swords. On occasion, throw the rules out the window. A lot of times this comes up for me in a reading in a negative tone. In this case, it's actually rather appropriate. Now, I'm not saying go out and do anything illegal when I say go ahead and throw out the rules. Each and every Taurus, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising, you have a set of rules that you live by, you breathe by. On occasion, you kind of need to throw the rules out the window as far as when things look good and kind of try and find the brighter side when things don't exactly fit your structure. If you need an extra card on this one, Taurus people, because I get it, feel free to comment card. All right, Gemini, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising, let's see how you sabotage and how to fix it. So, Gemini folk, the way you're frequently self-sabotaging is occasionally you forget that there's still things to learn. Reverse 8 of coins. A lot of times this is expanding on a skill if it's upright, or picking up a new one. In your case, you don't seem to really want to try and learn the new things that your partner would like for you to learn, or you seem to treat each and every person exactly the same and wondering why things are going wrong. How can you fix it? We've got the reverse justice card. It is time to kind of take a few hundred steps back and really ask yourself, where is the imbalance? Am I asking too much? Am I giving too much? Am I actually letting the universe decide where the balance is for us, or am I trying to force that balance? So, my little twins type people, might be time to have a chat with yourself and ask yourself, where's that imbalance? If you guys would like an extra card on this, please feel free to comment card. All right, Cancer people, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising, how are you sabotaging your relationship and how to stop? My goodness. Cancer folk, you were a little easy. Thank you. So, it looks like you're a little different. Your self-sabotage is you always feel like things are not done. It could be you don't feel like you've done enough for your partner. You feel like they haven't done enough for you. You feel like you need to have a celebration for each and every milestone, but you never seem to get all those done. Whatever you keep on feeling like is constantly left undone, it's that mindset that keeps on tripping you on your face a little bit there. How do you fix it? Upright 7 of Swords, my dear. It looks like you already know what you're doing to yourself. You already know what you need to do. It might be time to actually jump on that horse and go get it done. Cancer people, do me and yourself and your relationship, whether current or future, a favor. Stop thinking that there's stuff left undone and just do it. Okay? Forgive me, Leos. Cancer gave me a bit of a giggle. But if Leo is your sun, moon, or rising, let's see how you're self-sabotaging your relationship and how to knock it off. How to stop. Well, all right then. So we've got 3 for how to stop and 1 for what you're doing. All right. Well, Leos, it seems to be a case where you are potentially, no judgment, a little bit of a drama queen a little often, okay? If they're not dressed right for that night out, you tend to be a little snippy. If dinner isn't cooked right, you tend to freak out. Getting your emotions in check is not exactly your strong point. Now, how to fix it? We've got a reverse King of Coins, a reverse 7 of Wands, and an upright 4 of Wands. So what this is telling me is management. Okay, typically coins is all about materialistic management, In this case, you might want to see where your materialistic management and your emotional management might be having crossed wires and causing both to go wonk or doodle, because it's time to let that guard down. It's time to let people in and really help them see you, how you really are, and maybe let your guard down about yourself and take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I freaking out all the time? Why do I feel like I'm managing everything wrong? And most importantly, look at your support people. Who are these people right here that have been trying to help you manage your emotions, help you manage your priorities on a better level? Start listening to them. They've been trying. Today's the day. If any of you would like an extra card on that, please feel free to comment card. Virgos. Now this is again your sun, moon, or rising sign. How are you sabotaging your relationship, and how can we help you stop it? Okie dokie. Got a triple hitter there. And that card, I'm not going to lie, is probably actually for me because of how it landed on my chest. And I've got 3 Virgos in my house, so. But let's see how we can help you knock off that insanity. Well, you guys are a full-blown reverse. It's been 1 for what you're doing and a couple to stop for a couple of signs now. But for you guys, how you're sabotaging is we have a sideways Knight of Wands, a sideways Empress card, which is rather ironic considering that if I'm recalling my Zodiac and Tarot cards correctly, that's actually your guys' card, and a reverse 7 of Swords. So this actually is rather appropriate for my Virgo people based on everything I know about the 3 I live with. For the most part, you absolutely know that you're amazing, but on occasion, you may get crazy impatient with yourself, and on occasion, you may have a hard time communicating what you're trying to let the world know. And because of this, it kind of runs into this a little bit here. Nurturing the life around you and giving yourself that self-care and self-love, you're typically pretty good on, but also just as frequently kind of flop a little hard, and it frustrates you so freaking much that you are never entirely sure on what to do, or you feel like the information is hidden from you. Buckle up, because I'm about to throw you for a loop here. Your way to fix that self-sabotage, or at least try to start fixing, the Magician card. You guys already have all the tools you need to be absolutely freaking fabulous every freaking where. You've got the tools to be like this all the time. And more importantly, you also know the processes to do it. You just need to start actually doing what you are mostly capable of doing and start diving headfirst into being confident and self-assured, because you are fabulous in your relationship. You just kind of need to look at where you feel like you're not and realize you got the tools to fix it already. You just have to do it. All right, my Libra people, whether it's your sun, moon, or your rising, let's see how you're sabotaging your relationship and how to fix it. And how to fix. Alrighty, so Libras. You chatty devils. So, we're going to see what you're doing, and then we're going to go over how you need to fix it, because what you're doing, and you got a whole story on how to fix. So you might want to grab a pen and take some notes while you're at it, because, well, of course, based on this, you're probably not gonna, but here we are. Libras, how you're sabotaging yourself is you think you're perfect. You think that you are absolutely, completely successful in this relationship, current or future, and that it's everyone else that's apparently the problem. Because you think that you are doing awesome and carrying the weight amazingly, keeping everything balanced. Not quite. Not quite. No judgment. But should you choose to work on your perfect self, it looks like how you're going to do it is you need to start with the issues with your family. I don't know what you got going on, but whether this is blood or the family you made type family, starting there seems to be a great spot for you and addressing these issues and slowing down. Are you going from person to person to person, or are you maybe just going too fast in each relationship and wondering why the spark didn't last? Yeah, no, you're not supposed to move them in the first 2-3 months if they make it that long. You're supposed to wait a minute. Another thing that you're going to want to do is talk to your friends. You've got a few very close people that have probably been noticing your situation and been trying to delicately bring you up to speed, but you've just been kind of waving off, or they've been afraid to open up to you about how they feel about how you're handling things. Ask these guys what they think. And once you have accomplished all that, do some reflection and take a moment to go, okay, here's my new game plan. Because it seems like if you choose to just kind of jump in and pretend like nothing is wrong, you're just going to be dealing with the same stuff over and over, and the changes are going to be trying to happen, but you're going to make it so that each one doesn't. You're going to be fighting each and every change until it's a violent, catastrophic nightmare. If you guys would like an extra card, definitely feel free to comment card, my Libras. And if you'd like a deeper dive, I am offering love readings this week. $20 for half an hour. You guys seem like you might need some help, just a little bit. No judgment. Just, I like to help people get a happily ever after. All right, Scorpios, whether this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see how you're sabotaging your relationship and how to stop. Okie dokie. So, how you're sabotaging your relationship, Scorpios, is you guys seem to have a lot of fights about boundaries and who's really running the show. Now, Scorpios, I full-blown understand. I get that, you want to be the leader. You want to be the one that is in charge and taking care of things. But you also have to remember, there's a reason why they're called partnerships. It's a two-way street, okay? Sometimes one of you is leading, sometimes the other one is leading. The conflict is really right there. But no judgment. Let's see how you can't cool the fire a little. cool the fight's just a smidgen. And forgive me, but it looks like there's a past relationship you may want to heal from. Reason I say this, we've got a upright Queen of Wands and a Three of Swords that came out together, okay? I feel like you're probably still hurting from a past relationship where you were dating someone that ruled the room. They had the poise, they had the charisma, they knew how to rock on. And it broke your heart when they left, or when, for whatever reason, you had to leave them. But you adored this person. You thought that they were absolutely wonderful. And now that you feel like maybe it was because you weren't assertive enough, maybe, Scorpio? But it's because of that now your guard is stupid up. Like, you are just waiting for this person to fail. You're just waiting for this person to do all the things that are just a screw up, to the point that, quite honestly, I'm wondering why you're even bothering. Scorpio friend, heal from this relationship, whether to improve your current one or be that much better for your future one. Okay? Because no one needs to be carrying around this level of pain for as long as you have. And this level of having your guard up is not fair to anybody. If you'd like an extra card, please feel free to comment card. If you'd like to do a deep dive on how to start healing, link is in the description on how to schedule with me. All right, my Sagittarius. Let's see how you guys are self-sabotaging your relationship and how to stop. All right. And how to help you guys stop. My God, that's just spat out everywhere, didn't it? All right, so Sagittarius we have a reverse Three of Cups, a sideways Knight of Wands, and a sideways Four of Coins. So how you're frequently sabotaging your relationship, it looks like maybe you've got some family issues that you need to address, or maybe even just, if you've already addressed them, start to solve them. Because for the most part, much like another guy way back, you're almost confident in yourself and your abilities, but maybe on occasion you start to bash yourself a little hard, just a little. And while for the most part you are pretty comfortable in any space, what's going on in this current relationship, or maybe even a past one that you're starting to sabotage, where you're, for whatever reason, you're just not fully comfortable with this person. What's going on there? And honestly, I'm kind of wondering if maybe you're not also sabotaging yourself by maybe using your family and those issues to make a connection. Now, how to stop it is Sagittarius is, don't kill the messenger. And remember, there's no judgment here. But we've got a reverse Seven of Cups, a reverse Star card, and a reverse Chariot. So how you're going to start fixing that insanity is you need to start looking at things clearly, okay? It seems you constantly have a super optimistic viewpoint of how every relationship or every new partner is going to go, only to find out that they're human. They have flaws. That knight in shining armor or that princess with the gold tiara is just as human as your own good self. And once you realize those, you're going to get stuck out of that constant rut of thinking you found your forever person and start learning to look for the flaws that you can and can't deal with. Not a bad place to start, Sagittarius, because, hey, while it's nice to have a dreamy philosophical mind, reality unfortunately always crashes in. Every time. Alright, so whether Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see how you're sabotaging yourself and how to stop it. And how to stop. Alright, Capricorn, the reason that you keep on self-sabotaging is you are constantly looking for the new opportunity. Now, this could be a more financially secure partner. This could be trying to find that new opportunity at workplaces. Either way, you are regularly setting yourself up for failure because instead of looking a little deeper at the person, you're trying to always find a way to make sure that your guys' goals, while this is totally valid, you're always focusing more on the financial goals than the emotional ones from the looks of things here. Now, how we can stop this? Upright justice. Learn that, yes, financial stability should absolutely be a priority. Don't get me wrong, it totally should be, especially with our economy. But try and find the balance between the material and the spiritual, between what they can provide and on a material level and what they can provide on an emotional level. Don't let the paycheck or the fact that you guys are able to understand each other's jobs be the yardstick. Expand a little further. Aquarius, whether this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, let's see how you're sabotaging your relationships and how to stop. Well, we got the how you're sabotaging. Let's see how to knock it off. Okay. So, Aquarius, it looks like how you keep on kind of kicking yourself in the tail when it comes to your relationships is we have an upright moon card and a reverse Nine of Swords. So, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that you've been conquering a lot of stressors, but you've been doing that by avoiding details or just straight out ignoring some huge red flags. You're almost intentionally putting yourself in positions where you're setting yourself up for failure. And I have a feeling I know why. We've got a reverse Six of Wands and a reverse Page of Swords. Now, this is a judgment-free zone, okay? But it seems like you don't feel like you deserve a good relationship, and you feel like it's a problem that you either can't or feel like you can't solve. And both of those are absolutely wrong. When you learn to celebrate your personal successes, when you realize that you're not that bad of a guy and you deserve happiness, a lot of your impatience and feeling like you can't solve the issue is going to start to disappear, and you'll start to see the details that you've been avoiding that keep on leading you into bad situations. If you'd like an extra card on that, please feel free to comment card. Last but absolutely not least, our fishy Pisces folk. Whether this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, let's see how you're sabotaging your relationship and how to stop. Well, that was easy. And let's see how to knock it off. I actually want a clarifier for that one. Okay, I guess instead of a clarifier, we get a whole story. So, Pisces folk, feel special because you've got the most cards out of anybody, apparently. So, apparently, you got some things going on. Now, Pisces, how you keep on sabotaging yourself is we've got a reverse 9 of coins and a sideways 4 of swords. So what this is telling me is that you've got a relationship that from your past that you've mostly been able to heal from, but it's still kind of tripping you up, which is causing you to seem to have a few issues maybe in thinking that money will be what fixes relationships, and the lack thereof will only cause even more issues. Money's not everything. Should it be a priority? Totally. But this is where you're kicking yourself in the tail. Now, like I said, we've got a story on how to help you stop yourself, because what first came up was a sideways ace of coins, which is telling me that a lot of your issue seems to be quite literally your relationship with money is what's causing issues in your personal romantic relationships. And how we can actually start having a healthy relationship, my dear, is, you know, that past relationship I said is still kind of biting you? Turn it into just a nice, happy, it happened type memory, okay? Remember the good times with that person. Don't forget the bad times, but don't dwell on them anymore. It sucks that it happened. It sucks that it's over. But the thing is, you need to start leaving it in the past where it's supposed to be, which is going to help with your reverse King of Swords issue, where you're kind of a cold jerk. And I mean that in the best way possible. You've closed your heart off, and that has made you really just not really look at your partner as romantic partners, but more, I hate to say it, but a way to kill time. You're not really building a good, healthy friendship with this person. They're more or less just filling a slot. And I mean, hey, you do you, but it's not exactly fair. But I do appreciate the fact that it seems to be causing you to start having reasons to start battling with yourself, and probably someone else that has been pointing it out to you that what you're doing isn't healthy for you or the people that you've been trying to have a relationship with. The conflicts have already been out there and been mentioned. It's just time for you to finally start listening, because along with those external conflicts, you've been having a lot of internal ones about it as well. So I'm glad that you have realized that this is an issue. I do hope that with this reading you really start to work on it, because everyone deserves a happily ever after. And I want to say that if you do choose to, and this says that you might, you're going to have all sorts of breakthroughs where you'll finally be able to let go of that past relationship, finally start healing, and finally find that forever person. I wish you the absolute best, Pisces. All right, friends, whether you did just your sun sign, just your moon sign, just your rising, or did all three, I do hope that those readings helped you out. And if you would like an extra card for any of them, please feel free to comment card along with if it was your sun, moon, or rising, if you happen to know. And if you would like a deeper dive, the link is in the description to schedule with me. I am offering love readings, whether it's for love seekers, couples, or those just trying to heal from a relationship, $20 for half an hour. Use the scheduler link or send me a direct message on Facebook or Instagram, dealer's choice. And I look forward to seeing all of you healing and being better, either for your current partner or for your future partner. And always remember, just because they're a for now person doesn't mean that you can't have great memories, great laughs, and learn a lot along the way for when you find your forever.